In a very real sense, Jim Becker was the godfather of inventors and the true pioneer of global licensing as we know it today. For over 60 years, Jim was a brilliant visionary who turned that vision into developing and licensing so many hit products in the toy industry.
To talk about my experiences with James Becker has to be about the history of the toy industry from the 60s to the year 2000, because Jimmy was involved in anything and everything that was good in the toy industry.
In 1960, Jim joined Amsco Toy Company as a traveling salesman through Upper J, where he met Arto Monaco, designer and builder of the Land of Make-Believe and subsequently Jim's model maker, and Rockwell Kent, the famed American artist and illustrator of Moby Dick. The Magic Milk Bottle is one of Jim's first and most enduring products.
He was an honorable human being. He was really brilliant, and he had great insight into the industry. Anyone who can do the things that he did in the industry and be able to leave a mark on the industry as he did deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
He was a visionary, pioneer, and brilliant merchandiser and could see product potential where others couldn't or didn't. Jim subsequently became the president of Lakeside Toys, a toy and game company where he developed and marketed Barrel of Monkeys and secured the rights to Gumby and Pokey toys. Jim became one of the pillars of what is now a $250 billion licensing industry. He understood how line extensions could be used to build brands, and he was a master at naming toys and games. He recognized and created many trends, like Gumby and Pokey, Barrel of Monkeys, Othello, Nerf Ping Pong, and Battle Dome. In 1969, Jim founded Anjar, which was actually an acronym for his four sons, Arto, Neil, Johnny, and Roger.
Jim was one of the first, I think, of the people in the toy industry that knew no boundaries. And when I say knew no boundaries, Jim was able to cross the ocean and work with people, whether it was in Japan, whether it was in the UK. And because of that, he was able to open up a treasure chest of innovative ideas from other countries to many American manufacturers that still believed in something called NIH, not invented here. Jim's greatest contribution to the toy industry was his passion for toys, the love of the industry, and what he gave back to the industry.
In 1975, Anjar became the international licensor of Othello. Over 50 million Othello games have been sold in every imaginable format, making Othello the most successfully licensed abstract strategy game in the world. The WOC is continued annually and has been held in a different city around the world for the past 40 years.
In the toy industry, it is not easy to create a brand. A brand is really an elusive thing, but Jim really created Othello into a brand. He made Othello go viral, so it got into 100 countries. I mean, word of mouth was really word of mouth. It wasn't put it up on a video on YouTube. It was getting people talking about the game and playing it. I think Jim brought fun to the toy industry. He brought games to the toy industry. He brought that childlike enthusiasm.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a person who has not played with at least some of Jim's other products.
Shall I serve, sir?
For Nerf Ping Pong!
Nerf Ping Pong, Elmo Strike, Barbie Really Works activity toys, Land Before Time hand puppets, G.I. Joe Earthquake vehicle, shirt pocket games in over 40 styles, Fireball Island, Breaking Point, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Flying Saucers, the Betsy McCall fashion designer set, Grabbin' Dragons, and hundreds of others.
My dad was an amazing role model and a great mentor. He loved to give to children. He loved to see their expression on their face. He took concepts and created toys out of them. He had this understanding that a toy, a concept, could be created out of a cartoon. And Gumby and Pokey, of course, was a huge worldwide success.
Anjar continues today under the leadership of his son, Jonathan Becker, and wife, Patty. Jim Becker was the loving husband to Frances for 57 years and devoted father to Arto, Neil, Jonathan, and Roger. He was an adored grandfather to Neil, Stephanie, Talia, Isaac, Michael, Julie, Haley, and Noah, a great-grandfather to Eversmith and Escher, and a friend to many.
On behalf of Anjar, Becker Associates, and the entire Becker family, we want to thank the Toy Association for this incredible and well-deserved honor.